In this video, I will demonstrate the most popular and powerful information gathering tool Maltego. Maltego tool will help us create a profile about the target using various sources of information that can be found on the internet. Now, let's take a deeper dive into this amazing tool. Maltego is software used for open-source intelligence and forensics, developed by Maltego. Maltego focuses on providing a library of transforms for discovery of data from open source and visualizing that information in a graph format, suitable for link analysis and data. The basic focus of the application is analyzing real-world relationships, social networks and computer networks nodes, between people, groups, web pages, domains, networks, internet infrastructure, and affiliations with online services such as Twitter and Facebook. Among its data sources are DNS records, TOS records, search engines, online social networks, various APIs and various metadata. Maltego is commonly used by security researchers and private investigators. To get started, you need a user account to access the functions and features of Maltego. Go to maltego.com and click on Product. A drop-down menu will be presented. Click on Register for CE to create a user account. Once this step has been completed, head back to your Kali Linux desktop. Open the Maltego tool by clicking on Applications, Information Gathering, Maltego, as shown in the following screen. Once the application opens, click on Maltego CE, free, to configure and run the community edition of Maltego. Next, you should be presented with the Maltego configuration wizard. Ensure that you log in using the same user account you created previously on the website and click Next. Read and follow the instructions that appear in the next few steps of the configuration wizard. You can leave everything in the default state and click Next until the process ends. Once the configuration window closes, the general Maltego interface is displayed, as shown in the following screen. On the Start page, there are many transform sets that can be added to Maltego. A transform is an open-source resource that Maltego can query for information. Adding transforms is optional. To begin gathering information on a target organization, we must first open a new graph. Once a new graph has been created, you'll see various types of information, entities, on the left, while, on the right-hand side, you'll see Overview, Detail View, and Property View. To add a domain of a company, click and drag the domain entity to the center of the graph. By default, Maltego.com will appear as the target domain. Let's change the domain value to something else. Once the domain name has changed, we can proceed and resolve the website URL for the domain. Right-click on the domain entity, click on All Transforms, and select to Website, Quick Lookup. This transform will simply discover the website address and display the relationship. Next, we can attempt to obtain the IP address of the website address. Right-click on the website address, google.com, all transforms, to IP address DNS. The following screen on the right displays the IP address that was resolved for google.com. Please note that this is one of many IP addresses that are used for the google.com URL. We can take this phase even further. Now, how about gathering the email addresses of contacts who are registered to a domain? We can right-click on the IP address entity, All Transforms, to Email Address, from OSINT. If there are any email addresses, they will be displayed, as shown in the screen. Furthermore, we can attempt to obtain the name servers, instances, for the domain. Right-click on the domain entity, google.com, All Transforms, to DNS name, NS, name server. All instances for the domain will be presented, as shown in the screen. Now, you have a better idea of the functions of Maltego and how to navigate the various transforms. A nice feature of Maltego is the relationship mapping on the graph to help you analyze information and entities. You are now familiar with using Maltego to gather information. In the next section, we will use a Python-based tool to assist us in passive information gathering. If you learned something from this video, please do like and subscribe.